Hi Kee-Mo-Kee, it's Peaches here. I am with Smurf and Shure for our Q&A video today. We have some pre-recorded questions, and if anyone watches and they would like to ask us a question, just type it in the comments and we'll answer. So we'll just start with, what is your favorite camp meal? Smurf.
Oh, okay. Mine would probably be gold cheese with tomato soup.
That's a good one.
My favorite camp meal is mini pizzas because they're just so small and they're delicious.
My favorite camp meal is actually also mini pizzas dipped in ranch. Smurf, ask a question.
I ask a question?
Yep.
Okay. How did you get your camp name?
So my camp name, it isn't the most exciting story. I was sitting in the chapel one day and I just thought, sure. And that's how I got my camp name.
I got my name Peaches from the fact that I just really like peaches, and that's about it.
I got my name Smurf because I am a Smurf. And yeah.
Sure.
Alrighty, so the next question is going to be, what is your favorite week theme of all time?
My favorite weekly theme of all time would be Harry Potter week. Or we've also called it Wizarding week, but that one, always that one.
Mine would either have to be a Dr. Seuss themed week or the Wizarding World themed week.
Nice.
My favorite week theme is the medieval week because the banquet was amazing.
That's fair. For anyone who has joined since we started, if you have any questions for us, just type them in the comments and we'll answer as we go. Next question is, what is your favorite place at camp?
Mine would be just beside the bench. If you look out over the ravine, you can see the creek through a little spot in the trees, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
So I have two favorite spots at camp. One is right coming in the driveway because the trees just look amazing when you're looking down the road, and it's just a great view. And then my second is the totem pole because I also like the view down in the creek and in the ravine over there.
Nice. Someone's favorite spot is Tuck Shop, and that's a good one. My favorite spot at camp is actually also the bench, because you have a beautiful view like over the ravine, and the trees are really nice, and so it's quiet enough where you can just like kind of relax and calm down if you need to, but you can also hear everyone having fun, and so I think it's pretty fantastic. Also, Cam says hi, everyone.
Hello.
Smurf, question.
When was your first summer at camp?
Ooh.
It's kind of tough. So I know I've been here 14 years now. So I think that makes it 2006.
That would.
So there you go.
I started camp when I was around 6 or 7, and that puts that around 2002, 2003 would have been my first summer at camp.
I started a bit later. I think mine was 2010, 2011.
Nice.
Alrighty. So my question is, what is your favorite camp memory?
My favorite camp memory. I had this question before and I didn't think about what my answer was going to be. I think one of my favorite camp memories is in 2016, I think. It also could have been 2017. It was somewhere around that time. We had one of our activities completely rained out, and just like all of camp turned into a puddle, and pretty much the entire camp turned their activity into puddle jumping, and it was like done in the quad, and we were on the driveway and we were just jumping in puddles, and it was a really good time.
I think that was 2017.
That might be true. I know there's photo evidence of it, and that's it.
My favorite camp memory is from when I was a girl. My cabin was swimming jellyfish on our way to go do some activity, and we were swimming it while going up Airplane Hill.
Nice.
So we were jumping and full butt out, ton out.
Amazing.
Full send in it, but yeah.
I love that.
My favorite camp memory, I believe, was 2017. It was not the first color run we did, but it was. We took our own take on a color run, and I remember the entire green space was just a cloud of colorful powder, and everybody had color on their face, and they're all running around just sort of going crazy, and it was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed their color run. My question is, what is your record on the whale watch?
I don't have a record, as far as I know.
Excellent.
So I think I've spent quite a lot of time on the whale watch in my life, and I know for sure that my whale watch record is above 10 minutes. I don't know quite where, but it's definitely around there.
I think my record is somewhere around 2 minutes, but I've never actually kept track, so I have no idea. But I know it was during spring step with the school group. So, yes. Smurf, would you like to pose any random questions for us?
Oh.
And if anyone in the comments would like to ask us questions, please feel free to type them out.
What is your favorite campfire song?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tough one. I think I have to go with Damoose because it's just the most surprising. You don't expect
It is
the
quite
ending.
surprising. You're right. My favorite campfire song is, I have two. Barges is one of them. And I think the other one would be Jellyfish.
I think mine. I have two too. One of them would be Green Grass Rose, and the other one is Castle on the River Nava, because they're both just fast and fun.
Agreed. We have a comment question. What is your favorite cabin? Sure.
So my favorite cabin is cabin number 6 because when I was a camper, almost every year, I would come for several weeks, but almost every year, one of those weeks would be in cabin 6. And my first year counseling was also a lot of time was spent in cabin 6.
Fair. Smurf.
Mine would also probably have to be cabin 6 because I have never counseled in there, and it's just kind
Oh.
of like the one cabin I haven't.
I think I might be with you on, like, cabin 6 is one of the only cabins I have never counseled in, but I don't think I have. My favorite cabin is cabin number 5, and it's because it was my first ever cabin when I was here as a camper. Sure, spontaneous question.
What is your favorite campfire skit?
Ooh, favorite campfire skit. Mine is always the bus skit, the I have to pee skit. I love that one. I think it's hilarious.
I think mine would either be the movie theater skit or the rain skit. I love them both as campers.
Fair.
My favorite skit is Pigeon Buoy.
That's a good one.
It always gets some good laughs, and
Does.
everybody seems to love that one.
I really enjoyed doing that skit when I was working as a programmer with Chewy and Thumbs. We had a really good time doing that one. If you could buy one thing for camp, what would it be?
Like buy something for camp to have.
I believe so, yes.
I think I have my answer.
Sure.
Mine would be heating for the pool.
That's a good one. Yup.
It's warm a lot of the time, but sometimes on those bit chillier days, you still want to go in the pool and take a dip. But
Yeah,
it's just a bit cold.
that's fair.
A fan for every cabin.
Yes. I was thinking along your lines, except I want to buy those like dollar store spray bottle fans that they have, so that everyone can just like walk around spraying themselves all the time because they're inexpensive, so we wouldn't have to pay that much money for them. My spontaneous question is, what is your favorite piece of tuck?
Oh, geez. I probably still wouldn't get it, but I have my favorite memories with it. I used to, when I was a camper, I would always get the mint Aero bars. They were my number one. I don't know if I would still get them because
Okay.
I usually go for colder things nowadays, like maybe
Yeah.
a pop or a Phrasey,
Mhm.
but those always will have a special place in my heart.
That's fair.
Mine would be Fun Dip.
You do have an addiction to Fun Dip.
In 2017, I got it every single day.
Yeah, you did.
And then I got it whenever it was available after that.
It was really strange. I think specifically in 2017, we only bought Fun Dip for you.
It was
We're like, we have to get Fun Dip. My favorite piece of tuck, I think, was also from 2017, and it was when we got sweet chili heat Doritos. And I don't like spicy things, but someone was like, you have to try them, and I did, and I fell in love, and now I really enjoy sweet, spicy, whatever those Doritos are in the black bag. That's all I know. Do you have any more questions for us, Smurf?
What is your favorite activity at camp?
Oh, that's a tough one. Going down to the creek is probably a favorite of mine. I just love the cool water and then just the environment and the view. It all just, it's a great feeling.
Agreed. My favorite activity at camp, can it be like a program that like I once ran? Cool. In 2017, I did some blind obstacle courses on the path behind cabin 7, like before you got to the bench, where there's like a fork in the road. And they were actually like a lot of fun, and the kids had a really good time, and I had a really good time laughing at how silly they all were. So I think that was probably one of my favorite activities.
Mine would probably be morning shuffle.
Mm.
It's a great way to like wake you up in the morning.
Yes.
And get you ready for the day.
You're right. What was your favorite year at camp?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, geez. So many good ones. That's awesome. I'm going to go with 2016 because that was the first time that I started actually working at camp, and it was a lot of fun.
That's fair.
I think mine would be my good ball.
You must pick a favorite.
Probably I can think of probably 2017 because it was my first year working at camp. It just kind of what got me, I don't know, to come back every year, every week.
That's fair. I have two, and they're for like kind of different reasons. So my first one is 2015, because I had worked as spring staff that year, and so I felt a little bit more sure after like my first year as a counselor, and so I was just like, I was a lot more confident in being at camp, and I felt more comfortable at camp, and the staff that we had that year were absolutely amazing. And we were all just kind of like super friends, and it was really good. My other favorite year at camp was 2017, and that was because there was a lot that I went through personally, and I was very grateful to have my camp family with me to kind of support me through all of that, and so that was awesome. We have a comment question. If you could relive an experience, what would it be? Do you mean a camp experience or a real experience, Sharon? Who asked the question? Please clarify. We have another question while we wait for Sharon. What is the most notable way you've woken up at camp?
I think I know my most surprising way.
Okay.
It would have been training week, either 2016 or 2017.
Mm-hmm.
We woke up to do I think it was a fire drill. And it's a very surprising way to wake up.
Yeah, I bet it is.
A lot of people sort of shoot out of their beds, especially the people who know what's going on.
Yeah.
But in your first year, you don't exactly know so it must have been 2016.
Yeah.
You don't exactly know what's going on.
Yeah.
And so you're just sort of freaking out.
That's fair.
Can you answer most?
I feel like I've only ever woken up in like incredibly like dull ways. I think the most notable is just like as a camper when we used to go on out trips and they sing the song, and you're like dead asleep because you finally got yourself to sleep at like 5 a.m. So you got like 2 hours of sleep in the tent, and then they start screaming at you outside of the tent, and you're like, I'm awake, and you're not really awake, and you have to get up.
Mine isn't a way that I woke up, it's a way I woke my campers up.
Oh, interesting.
They wanted to wake up to the song Circle of Life from Lion King on full blast. They all requested it the night before.
That's so strange.
A few minutes before the wake up bell rang, I blasted that.
What? Wow, okay. This is odd. Okay, so Sharon's question is, if you could relive any camp experience, what would it be? We're all thinking very hard on this one.
There was a time that as a camper, I remember half the camp had gone on an out trip, and so the rest of us were stayed. And something had gotten messed up with the scheduling, so we had ended up playing this massive game of Gaga Ball, and that was a lot of fun.
That is really nice.
And I definitely wouldn't mind reliving that.
That's a good one.
I think mine would probably be the first time I went to the mud pits. It was in 2015 as a CIT, was the very first time I went there, and I had no clue it existed.
Oh no.
And it was kind of a surprise to the mud.
Yeah, I bet it was. I think a camp memory that I would like to relive is actually my last summer as like a camper in 2010 during Adventure Week Extreme Creek Stomp. And I don't really know like what made it so special, but it was a really good time going all the way to the mud pit, and it was just like, it was a really good way to end a really good week. And so I would definitely like to relive 2010. I feel so old. Cries. Do you have a spontaneous question?
What is your favorite program category?
Ooh, mine is easily nature. I loved nature very, very much. I liked learning things about nature that I very much did not know. And like just being out in our forest was always just my favorite thing.
Mine would be arts and crafts or mad or
Everything we keep changing it to.
A few name changes.
Whatever's in that building.
Yes. I always enjoyed it when I was a camper, and it's just like a nice one to kind of chill and sit down and make something.
Nice.
Mine is gotta be nature as well, because I was the nature programmer for a year, and that was a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun to just explore the woods and just see all the critters that run around and all the plants and trees that are growing, and go walking through the creek.
Pixel said, feeling old? Ha, when Shure talks about being a camper, I feel old. What is the most interesting thing that you have found in the pool?
I found in the pool?
Yep. I have my answer.
Why don't you share that one then?
Yeah.
The campers. Literally the campers. They are the most interesting thing. I've never found anything like weird or like unusual in the pool, other than like opening the pool, but I don't find that interesting, opening the pool. So I think the campers are easily the most interesting thing I've seen in the pool.
I don't know if I found a lot of interesting things in the pool that are very unique.
Thank God none of us have been the pool programmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep on trying to think, but I don't think I found many things in the pool that would be considered interesting.
Excellent. If for 1 year, would you rather be a camper again or a counselor?
I think I would rather be a camper again.
Okay.
Just because I've experienced, it's been so long since I've remembered being
Yeah.
a camper and that experience, and so just going through it once again, I don't think that, I think I would enjoy that a lot.
That's true.
I I'd probably say counselor, just because as a camper I only came once a week, and a counselor
Yeah.
got to be here every week,
Yeah.
so that it's just more camp.
I agree with you on this. I think there's like parts of me that want to be like a camper through like the new changes that we're doing with like our choice-based programming and whatnot. And I think I would have really enjoyed that as a camper. But like I also only went for like 1 week of summer as a camper. And I think it's been so long since I've been a counselor and I really miss being a counselor sometimes. So I think I would also pick being a counselor. Sharon asked, what was your favorite craft?
I think I know my answer.
What is your answer?
It's gotta be Warm Fuzzy.
Okay.
They're just a classic, and they make you feel warm and fuzzy.
They do. They really do. I think my favorite craft was during a spring staff. We made jellyfish, and I spent like an hour curling ribbon, and it was actually really great because all the kids really enjoyed it, and so that was a really good craft.
I have this vague memory.
Bag.
I
A little bag.
I did a paper mache stick that was probably bigger. Like I probably remember it bigger than it actually was. But I think it was in my memories. This big was probably much smaller. But it was just I don't know. I don't have it anymore. I wish I did. But it was a lot of fun. I think.
I would like to add to my craft. I made a teddy bear from scratch in 2015. And the person that I gave it to still has the teddy bear. And it's really not pretty, but I made a teddy bear and I stuffed it and everything. It was great. We would like to recap, what is your favorite spot at camp? Someone missed it earlier.
Mine is right next to the bench, to the left of it. You look over the fence, you can see over the ravine and a little tiny spot of the creek. You can hit the creek and it's gorgeous.
Nice.
I had two. One was looking down the driveway right here and just seeing all the trees overhanging the road, and it's just a great view. And I also really like the totem pole because you get to look over the ravine and the creek, and that's another really great view.
And my favorite spot is also the bench because it's quiet and peaceful and you can hear the creek, and then you can also hear everyone having fun at main camp. Merlin would like to know, what is your favorite camp dessert?
I think it was either 2017 or 2018. I was a counselor, but it was I think it was ice cream sandwiches and then whipped cream and then ice cream sandwiches and ice cream, something like that.
Interesting.
It's like a cake thing for banquets.
Yes, I remember this now. You said banquet. I'm like, I've never had this dessert. What do you mean? Yes, we did do it for banquet. Yes.
My favorite has got to be the chocolate pies that we used to have during banquet quite a while ago.
Yes.
And they were so good, and they were always the rarest.
They were. You couldn't get them.
To get them.
You had to be real fast. My favorite dessert is always going to be the peaches that we have. We don't really do them as much anymore, which is sad. But like as a camper, literally I could just like eat the entire bowl. That was like for the cabin. It was all mine, which is fantastic. I'm trying to think of one more spontaneous question for you. What was your favorite cabin to sleep in? Because you've all slept in more than one cabin, or like more than just like the numbered cabins.
Oh, like including staff?
Yes, you can include staff cabins.
I think I would have to say health hut. I slept there during spring staff last year, and for most of spring staff, it was just me in there. I had like I had my own bedroom. It was pretty nice.
That is very nice.
I think I gotta go with Aminal. The health hut is a very comfortable place, and I had some great memories there. But Aminal is just sort of home sweet home, you know.
That's fair. My favorite place is also the health hut. There was no particular reason for it. I just really enjoyed my bed in the health hut. I liked my little corner that I had. I liked being able to like hear everyone get ready for the morning and like talk to people first thing in the morning. And at bedtime, actually, I got to say goodnight to a whole lot of people in the health hut. So I really enjoyed that. But I think that will end our Q&A for the day. Thank you everyone who joined, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Bye.
Bye.